Going on, people? A little bit late, a little bit late. My bad about Friday. Had some stuff to do, but won't here talk about this new tax law, government shutdown, taxes, BUD, which is my company. I mean, we're gonna be talking about some stuff today. So, if you have any questions, just type them in the chat. I'll be able to answer them. Let me see if I can do some stuff. Hold on. Trying to figure out how to bring some of my other pages in. Oh, whatever. All right. As everyone knows, actually, the government shut down right now. With the government shutdown, that means the IRS is only working at like 1/5 staff. So that means all the tax refunds is going to be delayed. And if you're getting the earned income credit, it's the same thing as last year. It's going to be delayed till about the second week of February. So anybody that gets the earned income credit, that's about people under. If you have a kid, make under. I think that you make under about between $37,000 and $39,000, you are definitely going to have to wait to get your tax refund from the government. Not saying that you won't get it from the state, but if you're looking from that big check from the feds, you are definitely going to have to be waiting. So that's a little bit about that. So if you have any questions, you want to get in contact with me, you can always text me 860-502-7149. You can always send me an email at info@BUD360llc.com. I have a bunch of stuff on my BUD taxes website, which is www.taxes2go.com. You can also go to my other website, which I'm going to focus that. That's going to probably be like my main website, where you're going to go to there. You'll be able to get to the tax portion, insurance, to my security portions, to I'm going to be a notary. So, but that's still in the works. I should have that done by next week, but you can still go to that website. It's at www.bud360llc.com. So if you're trying to sell items, that's how you function. Hold on, what Mark say? If I'm trying to sell items, that tax refund anybody said user pulls time. Yeah, yes, Mark, you actually should. I don't think people's on it. You know what? I can't say that because it depends on when the government shutdown ends. Because if the government shutdown keeps on going, I don't know when they're gonna start issuing taxes. You know what I mean? As of right now, everything's kind of up in the air. But this is not the first time the government has been shut down. But since the new tax cut, I mean, even the IRS really hasn't gotten everything fixed with the new tax cuts, because everything has changed. Things like the biggest tax cut in like the past 30 or 40 years. And so people want to know, what happened with the tax cut? A lot of things got changed. A lot of things stayed the same. But if you're a homeowner, I want to tell you right now, your limit on itemizing for the tax interest paid on your homes is capped at $10,000. Now, I personally just bought my house in Hartford, so right now my interest just on the home loan was about $8,500. So it's capped at 10. So anybody in a higher area with taxes is definitely going to take a hit this tax season. Also, a big hit is going to come to anyone that used to itemize job deductions: nurses, mechanics, anybody like that, because if you was to, wait a second, if you came to me, then I would, itemize, say, your tools, say your mileage, all that got cut. So you will no longer be able to take a deduction on your taxes for any of your clothes or any of the tools or any workplace itemized deductions anymore. That they completely got rid of that. But what they did do was they took a lot of itemized deductions out, but they doubled the standard deduction. Standard deductions is what most people would take if they didn't itemize. The really only way to itemize is if you had a house, or if you actually was to take some of those expenses that you incurred from work and put them on your taxes. But a lot of people didn't do that because a lot of people just don't know. If you go to places like H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, those tax professionals are really not going to tell you a lot of different things because anybody can go work for them. It's kind of like how they do with Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, and all the other places is they start looking for people in about November, October. You take a class, you learn how to use the program, that's it, and you're done. And you go in there and you think that you're getting the top class service. I highly doubt that. And a lot of people leave a lot of money on the table. And it's not the person's fault because they're not really tax preparers, but it is what it is. I would tell people, share this to your friends. You're better off going to a professional tax person and asking the questions, and also preparing for this upcoming year. Because I have too many clients right now that's going to come to me in the next couple of weeks. Clyde, I done messed up. I did this and that. Fix it. It's kind of hard to tell me to fix what you did in a whole year. And you should have a couple people, non-family members, that you should keep in contact with all year. One of them, if you have a lawyer, should be your lawyer. You should always either a lawyer. They have different. How do I say this? Like lawyer, like prepaid legal. You always want to keep those type of things just on standby. So you want to keep your lawyer kind of on speed dial. Your accountant and your financial consultant. You always want to keep them people on actually speed dial. You always want to keep a good relationship with those people because throughout the year, you don't know what you're going to run into. And if you don't know the tax laws or you don't know how this will affect your income tax, this is the best time to call them, ask them a couple questions, and you could go from there. I have a lot of clients that will call me throughout the year. Clyde, I just started a new job. How should I fill out my W-4? Clyde, I'm about to take out my 401k. What should I do tax-wise? I mean, because you don't want to get to right now, you give somebody the paperwork and they look like, well, you owe some money. So it's always good to plan accordingly. Don't wait till the last minute. And trust me, I know I get a lot of people that wait till the last minute, try to call me and say, fix it. Usually, I'll be able to fix it. With all the cuts and a lot of the little kind of wormholes that I used to be able to get through, now. So it's really going to take planning, which, I kind of take responsibility for that because I should have been on all year. Me really telling you guys what's going on with the tax laws, how this is going to affect you. It's going to be good. It's going to be bad. And just keeping you up with the latest news about what's going on. So I apologize for that. But going forward, I'm definitely going to be probably doing a lot of videos, probably minimum once a week. And since I'm in the insurance, I'm going to be talking about insurance. We're going to talk about taxes. We're going to talk about investment. I'm going to talk about securities. I'm going to talk about contracts. So going forward, I have a new page. Subscribe to the page. Go to the page, BUD360llc. It's on Facebook. There's also BUD360llc on YouTube, BUD360llc on Instagram. So I'm constantly coming up with more information, with more content, to help everyone out. People don't know what BUD stands for. BUD stands for building wealth, understanding credit, and destroying debt. If you do those three things, trust me, you'll have a whole much easier life. I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of research, so I'm definitely going to start coming with a lot more content. So easy subscribe, email me, text me. I mean, if you have any questions, always email me. I mean, I can make a video about it because most likely, if you're thinking about it, another person is too. So we can, so each one teach one. I mean, so if you help me, I'll be able to help you. So that's just going forward. Look for me every week, at least once a week. I mean, that's what I'm probably going to be pushing towards, either Facebook, Instagram, or even on YouTube. Because I want to start uploading videos from here to actually YouTube, do little snippets on Instagram at least once a week. It's going to be a lot more organized. It's going to be a lot more concise, and you're going to get a lot of information, which, we all need right now since brother is kind of broke right now. So, we're always going to focus on destroying the debt, trying to build wealth, not getting rich. I'm going to have a whole video about wealth and riches. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, let me get to the bag. I want to get to the bag. Question, when you get to the bag, what do you do next? 75% of people, when they so-called get to the bag, within 5 years, it's done. They're right back where they started from. So getting to the bag is good, but what are you going to do after you get to the bag? That's why I said, you definitely need to have 3 people on speed dial: accountant, a financial consultant, a lawyer, to actually keep that money going and keep that money going on for generations. That's why I said I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. And wealth is generational. Wealth is not, I just want like a mill and I want to be done tomorrow. So got that. I don't know if anybody has any tax questions, but I'm not going to be on here that long. A lot of stuff to do. Getting a lot of stuff organized. So I think I'll be back on Wednesday. I want to say Wednesday. I'm gonna have a bunch of bullet points, a bunch of topics to come over and go by. But I'm just gonna give a couple quick things for everyone. Please let your friends, family know. Stop going to anybody and letting them do your taxes. I'm getting calls, emails from people that let their friends, friends of friends get the information. I'm telling you, don't just run around giving your kid's social away, your kid's birthday away, because that stuff could be damaging for years to come. I had a client last year who friends like, oh, I could do your taxes, let me claim your son, this, and that. Turn around, person tried to do taxes, they got kicked out, but they didn't want to give them no information, no nothing. So when I came back, I need changes with child. Oh, okay, I stopped that. Yes, there is changes to the child tax credit. Child tax credit went up. Instead of $1,000, it's now $2,000. Now, don't go getting happy saying, oh, we're going to get $2,000 per kid. I get this a lot. There is no set amount for the amount of money you get per kid. I'm going to say it again. There's no set amount for an amount of money you get per kid. It is a calculation that goes based on your income, how much money you make. Because if you only made $2,000, you're not going to get the same amount of money as a person that made $15,000 to $16,000. Okay? And I really get that a lot. And there's a lot of I hate misinformation because people talk and they don't know what they're talking about, and they tell somebody else and they tell somebody else, and next thing you know, you have a whole bunch of misinformation of people that don't really know nothing. I mean, personally, we all have smartphones, but a lot of people are not smart enough to use them. The Google search is always your friend, or you can always email me, text me. I mean, like I said, I'll be glad to help you out. Glad to help you out. I'll be glad to answer any questions. Usually questions I know right off the top of my head. If I don't know, I will easily go search for you, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So I went from 1,000 to 2,000. How much of a change that is going to make is definitely going to depend on how much you make. But there's a but, because even though the child tax credit went up to $2,000, you lost your personal exemption. I know people don't know what that means, but when you would do taxes in the past, and this is when the W-4 is going to be important too, because No one ever told you to change your W-4. Your personal exemption is the money you would get back for it. The personal exemption was basically for food, clothing, and shelter. I think last year is about $4,000 you got per person. So if you was yourself, you got a $4,000 personal exemption, plus you got the standard deduction, and that's how you would go against your taxable income, and that's where you would get it. They took away the personal exemption. Depending on your family size, it may hurt you, and you may be getting back less money this year. So just because we have a tax cut does not mean everybody's in that bracket of getting a tax cut. So people with larger families, yes, you might get hurt because you no longer get that $4,000 per person. Now going forward, that W-4 that we all fill out when we start work, what's going to happen is people would be like, okay, you could claim one for yourself. It might not work for you because you don't get that $4,000 anymore. So that's going to be that's going to be something that I'm going to see as I start doing taxes, and start seeing what's going on. I have a couple people that already sent me their paperwork. So depending on what numbers is, I'll be able to come back Wednesday, give people a lot more insight about just different scenarios and how it might work. So I'm going to be doing that probably within the next couple of days, just going through, even taking last year's numbers I have and plugging them into this year and figure out what's the difference, what's going to be off. Because some people might be getting a little bit more money, some people might be getting a little less money. But like I said, the standard deduction has been doubled. So if you was getting standard deduction, I think last year was $6,000 for single, it's now $12,000. I think married went from $12,000. Married filing jointly went from $12,000 to $24,000. So they are trying to make doing taxes a little bit easier, but there's still so many loopholes that people miss every single year. And I know people want to save money, want to do it themselves, don't want to pay the money, but you're actually losing money. I think I did 30. I gained an extra 30 people last year that the year before did their taxes on their own, and they all missed between $500 and $1,000. Between $500 and $1,000, people left on the table trying to file the taxes themselves. Now I give free quotes. Tell your friends, tell your family, email me, text me, whatever. I give free quotes. No problem. I could go look through, give you a quote, boom. 9 times out of 10, nobody has been able to beat my quote. You're not going to Jackson Hewitt to beat my quote. You're not going to H&R Block to beat my quote. You were just not going to do it. I've been doing this 10 years. So I still know a couple tax loopholes that we're going to talk about within within this week. Now, one tax thing. I know a lot of people got into Robinhood, got into Stash, and with the stocks taking a dump, if you sold, you could write that off on your taxes if you took a negative loss for the year. Once again, people using Robinhood, people using any type of investment accounts, especially with stocks. If you sold anything, you took a loss, because I know a lot of people took a loss because I took a big hit this year when it came to in investment in stocks. You can write that off on your taxes and get some of that money back. And if you could write up to $3,000 off. If it's over $3,000, then you can carry that over towards next year's tax. Me personally, I think of my own money, I think I lost about $7,000 inside the stock market this year. And I was up to about 15. So I lost a lot of money. But, that's another topic subject we're going to be talking about in investments and how to invest, where to put your money, and if you so-called love your kids, to really get them into investments or set up investments for them. For like Christmas, Christmas, I got my kids stocks. What you gonna buy your kid a stock? You could set up an account in Stash. There's a couple other accounts that you can actually start stashing money away for your kids for the future. You don't have to just buy them everything. You could set that money aside so when they graduate, They have a license, they have a nice nest egg, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. If my parents did that, I think I'd be way better off with a nice present of $10,000 to $15,000. A lot of people out there buying their kids everything they want right now, but don't have nothing to give them when it's time for them to go out into the world. That's another topic we're gonna be talking about: investments, how to give kids stocks, how to get them in the stocks. So we're gonna be talking about that. Like that's just part of what we're doing. That's part of building wealth. Building wealth will start with you, but it will continue through to your kids. That's probably one of the biggest things I'm really going to be talking about, because I'm in the wealth building. So the wealth building is not saying I might be rich in my lifetime, but when I pass, then my kids will definitely be well off. I'm going to be talking about that because I do sell life insurance. So we're going to talk about how you can create a wealth estate by your passing on. You pass on, your kids can, your kids can inherit $500,000. Your kids can inherit a $250,000. And you alone just started generational wealth. But you must teach your kids what to do with the money. So, that's something else we're going to actually be talking about. If I have any questions, just put them in the chat. If it involves taxes, government shutdown, anything else, life insurance, credit repair. Oh, I see a lot of people doing credit repair right now, which is good. I'm glad people doing credit repair. I'm glad people, getting to the point where credit is important. But just because people can delete stuff off your credit report, or so-called fix your credit report, do they know the tools that increase that credit score? I see a lot of people saying, I can fix your credit by taking off loans and, student loans and stuff like that. That's all fine and well. But if you don't know what to take off, you can actually drop your score by taking off certain things. And like I said, I already went through training. I did the research. I did the books. I did increase people's credit score from 500 to 700. Mine myself was up to about 750 until I bought the house last year. So, watch out for people doing credit repair, because they also have access to, name, social, birthday. Just be very, very wary of just giving anybody anything. Me personally, I have all the certificates and everything for everything that I do. I did 40 hours of taxes, like tax classes this year. This time last year, I went and I did so many hours for my credit repair. Just got my insurance license, did so many hours for that, working on my security license, about to get my notary next week. So just make sure that whoever you having with your personal information at least is a licensed business. I'm not trying to, downplay anybody, but, make sure they're licensed business. Speaking about licensed businesses, as you know, part of the tax rate went down for corporations, went down to 21%. Now, if you make over, hold on, let me just minimize this real quick. Give me a second. I want to make sure I quote this right. All right, hold on. Because I want to make sure I'm giving y'all the right information. Okay, corporate. So if you have a business, that tax rate is now 21% across the board. I'm going to tell you for all individuals right now, if you make over $82,000, your tax rate is going to be 24%. So that means businesses are actually going to get a better paying less in tax than you if you make over $82,000. So what that's basically saying is you might want to start a business. You might want to start a business. Now, I know people say, oh, start an LLC, more information I learned. There's certain ways that you want to do it, there's certain ways you don't want to do it, depending on how much money you make. I mean, another video conversation that we're going to be having in the future. How much, if you make over $50,000 in your business, you might want to go from an LLC on your personal tax return to go to either an S Corp or a C Corp to get that 21%, and you'll be able to write off a whole lot more. Me personally, I would tell everyone to start a business. That's what you should be doing in 2019. Find a way to start a business, because you can write so much more off with a business than you can anything else. You can write your car off on the business. You can write your clothes off on the business. You can write your meals off on the business. You can write whatever you actually work at. All these are business expenses that you cannot write off on your personal tax return. Also, I get this a lot. People say, well, I put a roof on my house. It's almost like a business. Buy more than two-family house, 2, 3-family house. Why? Because you can write all that stuff off on your tax return, not just the interest. We have a single-family home. As of right now, you can only write off the interest. We have a multi-family home. You can write off the interest in whatever work is done to that house. So there is a more taxable benefit to having a 3-family home. I know a lot of people don't want to deal with the tenants. I understand that, that's fine, but it's going to be another video that we're going to talk about the difference between 2-family, single-family houses and how it works tax-wise. And I think, and let's people going forward, you're going to want to keep up with all these tax laws. This is why I'm going to make it my point to be here every single week to give you the information, some more contact, what's going on in the tax world, credit repair, everything else. You don't want to wait till last minute. Planning is everything, especially right now. Planning is everything. Don't wait till the last minute to say, oh dang, I'd have messed up last year because I switched my exemptions on my W-4 at work from 1 to 10, so I don't have to pay no taxes because I had to pay a bill or something. And then say, oh, I messed up, fix it. Everything is in planning right now. So I want everyone to just go forward, just think about a lot of planning, but there's going to be a lot of information I'm going to be giving within the every single week or now on. So I know I have some new people coming in, BUD360llc.com. That's going to be the website, BUD360llc on Facebook. Join the page. I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be going live from that page every week. Also, BUD360llc Instagram, BUD360llc YouTube. So a lot of my videos is actually going to be going up on YouTube besides Facebook. Yes, Jackie did. Yeah. This is crazy. I don't. When it comes to taxes, it is crazy. I mean, like the minute that I know more, I'm definitely gonna be up telling you guys what's going on. But right now, everything's up in the air until the government comes back. I mean, I don't know how long it's gonna be out, but depending on how long it's out, depending on when people's gonna start getting their money. But like I said, if you're getting the earned income credit, anybody with a kid making under $39,000, you're gonna have to wait to the middle of February right now. If the government keeps shutting down till the end of, say, January, that might get pushed back to March. Who knows? I don't know. Even they don't know right now. But like I said, it's not the first time it's been shut down, but it's going to be a lot more crazier because with all these new tax laws. Well, all the new tax laws that has happened is definitely going to make for an interesting tax season. Any other questions? Let me just give y'all a couple more information. and what's going on just with the taxes. And when they switched the tax rate, it really wasn't even by that much. It's like 2%, but it was more for the rich. That kind of got like the biggest help when they actually readjusted the when they readjusted the tax brackets. So I know people. Okay, let me let you know what the new tax brackets is. Tax bracket. If you're under $9,500, it's going to be 10% of your taxable income. Over $9,500, but from $9,500 to $3,800, you're going to be taxed at the 12%. Okay. People over 38, so we 38,000, so 38.7. We could just say, well, anyone over 39,000, they're going to get taxed at 22%. These are for individuals. Sorry, these are only for individuals. If you make over 82,000, you're going to be taxed at the 24%. That's what I was saying. I mean, if you're a corporation, you're only going to be at 21. So that's when it means if you're making over 82,000, you might want to start a business. But that's for individuals. So for married company filing jointly, we'll have a video about that. But let me think. Any married couples, anything 18,000 and under, you're gonna be taxed at 10%. Between 18,000 and 76,000, you're gonna be taxed at 15%. Anything over 76,000, you're at 25%. So if you're married together, y'all make over $75,000, you're gonna want to start a business. It gets to actually take care of some of them tax deductions. Because like I said, businesses is gonna be at 21%. And if you're married filing joint, you're over 75, over 75.9, so about $76,000. You're gonna be taxed at 25%. Let me see what head of household is. Okay, head of household. Anything over 13.5, you're gonna be taxed at 10%. Anybody between 13.5 and 50,000, about 51, you're gonna be taxed at 15%. Anybody over head of household over $51,000, you're gonna be taxed at 25%. Crazy. Basically, it went up 10%. Anybody over 132,000 will be taxed at 28%. No, I'm lying. Sorry. Excuse me. I was looking at the old tax rate. The new tax rate for head of household, anything over 13.6. Like I said, they're not that bad. Last one was 13.6. What I say? 13.8. No, 13.5. So it kind of went up a little bit. It only went up $100. But instead of being taxed at 15%, I said you're going to be taxed at 12%. And instead of being taxed at 25%, you're going to be taxed at 22%. But between last year and this year, the tax rates did go down. They went down actually a couple points. But like the money's still there. So that's why I was saying, anybody over $82,000 get a business. Anybody under that should also get a business and actually take the tax benefits and put them on your 1040. You can't file until they go back. Penny, let me see. I think they said they're gonna start accepting on the 29th or 28th, if I'm not mistaken. But even though you filed, that doesn't mean that they're going to be looking at them. So as of right now, everything is up in the air. With the loans, I'm actually not going to be doing loans this year. It's just too much of a headache. It's too much of a headache to try to do loans because then I have to charge people more, and it's just not worth it to me. So I'm not gonna be doing the loans as of right now. If something switches, I will definitely let y'all know. But as of right now, I'm definitely not doing the loans. I'm not gonna be doing doing the advancement loans. I don't know. I mean, I gotta make a phone call tomorrow and see what's up with like one of the other tax programs that I work with. And if they tell me something good, then I might do the loans. But even like last year, when I was doing the loans, I think I probably did 20, maybe 7 people got approved. Because don't forget, you still have to get approved for the loans. All the advancement loans you go are not guaranteed. They are not guaranteed. You still have to be approved for them. So it's almost like if you guys wait a couple weeks, I would just wait. I probably wouldn't even take the loan. I had a person get the loan, and then next week their taxes came in. But that was because the government wasn't shut down. So government shut down now. Like I said, everything is still up in the air. I don't really know what's gonna be happening. So definitely stay tuned. Like I said, go to my page right now, BUD360 LLC, and like, subscribe. And I will definitely be giving all the latest tax information up there as I get it. What would be standard deduction as an independent contractor for Uber? There is no standard deduction for it. When Uber is going to go on your 1040 as a business. A lot of people don't like to do it, because they don't know how to do it. Me personally, if you work for Uber or you're doing Lyft, Uber, or like a small business, I could probably put it as a loss, which would mean depending on how much you make, because when you do Uber and Lyft, you can deduct your mileage, or all the maintenance on your car, yes, your cell phone bill. So all that can come off whatever you made for Uber and Lyft, and it usually puts you into negative, which will actually lower your taxable income, which should bring you back more money. Like I said, like I actually know how to offset that. I've been doing this 10 years. Like that's easy. That's why I say everyone should begin a business. Because if you get a business, most businesses take losses the first 3 to 4 years. And if you have a small business, like I did, when I was doing my T-shirts, I was doing T-shirts, shea butter, which I still do. I think I spent the first year just in product. I spent $2,000. Probably only made $500. So I took a $1,500 loss on my personal tax return. That actually got me back more money. So actually having a business can be beneficial because you can write a lot of stuff off. What I found out also, which I know a lot of people have been asking me about, there is a way to write off your animals. There is a way to write off your dogs and your cats. Well, I'm going to have a whole little mini video about that because it's very tricky, and I just learned it this year. But there is a way to write off your dogs and your cats. I don't know about any other animal. I know dogs and cats especially that you'll be able to write off. But if you ask anybody else, they're probably going to be looking at you like you're crazy. Like, you just look at people crazy. Before I learned this. I learned that you can actually, there's a way to write stuff off. There's a lot of ways to a lot of little loopholes, a lot of little word semantics when it comes to the IRS. So I've definitely learned a lot. So I'm definitely going to pass on the learnings and savings to all my clients. And I have over 300 clients right now. So like I said, I always do free quotes. I have my office right now. It's still being built, but my office is going to be out of my house. It's in Hartford. It's on Canford Avenue. So anyone can stop in, but please, please, please know your best is to make a appointment. Call me, text me, email me, and set something up. Best way to do is probably either email or text. And like I said, I'll be able to give free quotes. Oh, also give a referral discount. The referral discount works like this. If you have a friend, cousin, I know I have a couple other people that do this. I give $25, but that's $25 if they have a return and they get money back. I can't just give it out I can't just give it out free money for you. Bring me somebody that old child support. They don't get a refund. That'll help nobody. Oh, that's what I need to do. I'm gonna be posting a number. I'll do it tomorrow because I have to make sure the number's the same. Check everyone to call this number and make sure there's no offsets on your name before you do your taxes. This has a lot to do with people that owe student loans. I had one client last year, she was supposed to get $8,000. Student loans took her whole tax return. All $8,000, gone, done. Can't get it back. So I'm gonna tell anybody right now, if you owe student loans, I'm gonna post a number tomorrow. Check my page tomorrow. Make sure you call the number to make sure you're not in default. If you are, they will take your tax refund. You're better off setting up a payment plan, waiting, because usually, depending on whoever has it, you have to make like 5 to 6 payments of like $5 to $10, and you could go from there and get out of the default and keep your tax refund. But every year, I have a minimum of about 2 to 3 people that forget they have student loans. They go do their taxes. I tell them, no, you're getting back so much money. And then they call me, where's the money? And I have to look. I said, I have bad news. Tax has been offset. What does that mean? That means somebody took it. And I'm going to tell everyone right now just to be careful with that. You have friends or family. Yo, listen, make sure they don't owe nobody. And it's even to the point right now that even if you have a lawsuit against you and they red flag your social, they will take your tax return. So I'm going to put that number up tomorrow. Call it, make sure there's nobody, nothing on that social that will interfere with your tax money whenever we do get it. Because I still don't know when the heck that we're going to get it. So, dang, I didn't think I've been on here this long. Been on here about, almost 45 minutes. All right, so I'm about to go. If there's any more tax questions, anything else, leave it in the comments. I'll put my number in the chat. Number you can always text me at, you can always email me at. Website. The website. Still working on this one. Well, the only good thing about the student loan being in forbearance, if you pay on the interest, that's tax deductible. So yes, so student loan interest is still tax deductible. Oh, if you're going to any aftermarket schools, that is accredited. That's still that's still a tax deduction too. But yeah, but trust me, I'm actually going to be talking about how to pay your kids and make that a tax deduction. I bet y'all didn't know that one. How you could pay your kids and make that a tax deduction. a lot of tax deduction that a lot of people don't know about. Small businesses, all my contractors hit me up. I'm gonna have to give y'all. I mean, I do a couple truckers right now, and I get them back that refund. All the independent contractors text me, email me. I'm actually gonna be doing a lot more taxes with the small business owners. Right now, I have about 4 people that I do, including myself, makes 5. I'm a business owner. Because a lot of tax deductions for businesses. I'm telling you. But, you know, I understand. But if you do pay the interest, Alvin, it's definitely tax deductible. But I'm going to be going in a second, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be coming back, like I said, every week, at least once a week. Minimum once a week. And I'm definitely going to have a lot of organized discussion on a lot of topics. And the topics is going to be in B, building wealth, U, understanding credit, D, destroying debt, BUD. It's a 360-degree change in what you know and how you live life. Because a lot of people around us, we live on a different playing field than the rich. If we get that mindset, trust me, you'll be way better off. And going into, since I'm going to be a notary, I'm going to talk more about contracts. How everything you do is a contract. Your social security, contract. Birth certificate, contract. License, contract. So I'm going to start talking about how you need to start dealing in more contracts. So you're going to need a notary. I'm telling you, start writing up more contracts. I hear so many people lent somebody money, did this, did that for somebody. Then the person flakes. Guess what? If you had a contract that was notarized, that's a legally binding agreement. I know a lot of people don't want to go this way, but now you could legally sue them. You could legally take them to court, and there'll be nothing they can say. It won't be the he said, she said, none of that. I want to talk a lot about dealing in contracts. We have to deal more in contracts. You sign contracts every single day. So you're going to have to take the responsibility to understanding that you can also use contracts. Teach your kids how to use contracts. Everything in this country is run off contracts. But I'm definitely going to be talking about that because that's a whole nother side of the coin that y'all have, that a lot of people know nothing about. Contract, private law, which is something else I'm going to be tagging, and I'm going to be tagging them. Probably going to have a couple people come in and speak about it. Private law, not public law. Private law, private education, a lot of stuff. The public don't know about. Like I said, there's going to be another topic for another day. I have a lot of topics I'm going to be coming off. A lot. The amount of information I have in my head, it shocks people when I really can, get organized. Because I can be all over the place. I could talk forever. There's just so much stuff I want people to learn. So much stuff I want people to get. And it doesn't, trust me, people, it's not hard. It does not take very, very long. I'm going to try to make it more concise and easy as possible. But does anyone have any last questions before I get out of here? Taxes, credit repair, insurance. Like I said, my site, BUD360llc.com should be complete up and running within the next 2 weeks, where you'll be able to access all of my other sites. My tax site, my credit repair site, my insurance site, where I'm going to a notary page, and when I get my security license. You don't know what security is like in investments. retirement funds, mute, and stuff like that. Okay, I thank y'all for joining me. This is Clyde. 2019 is going to be an amazing year. Amazing. You have great information. Like I said, I'm going to be building this. I'm going to be building my brand, BUD360llc. That's that's the goal this year. Build this brand, help people, get people more informed. All right, it's no problem. Whenever you get it, it's actually going to be done. I have a new system to doing taxes this year, so everyone's going to get everything done within 24 to 48, between 24 and 48 hours. All taxes will be done between 24 and 48 hours. You're gonna have I'm gonna need the emails. I will email all paper returns to them and go from there. And like I said, if there's ever any questions, always email me, text me. I'm here to help everybody. Oh, Tony, then hit me up, and I'll be able to help you with that. I had somebody else that I had one of my friends. I didn't do his taxes for. I think he missed like 2 or 3 years. I had to go back 2 or 3 years and get him back his money. Oh, that's another thing. If you don't file your taxes, you have 4 years to retrieve your money. I'm gonna tell you right now, if they owe you a refund, trust me, they're not gonna contact you. If they owe you a refund, they're not going to contact you. So I know men that be trying to duck child support. Well, I don't want to do my taxes because they're going to take it. Do it, get it over with. Lessen your child support. You only got 4 years. I know I have a client that didn't do his taxes in 8 years because he was running away from child support. 8 years later, he finally paid it off. All them 8 years, he should have been getting a refund. They only gave him money back for the last 4 years. So he gave free money away for 4 years. 4 years of free money. Put on your credit. Don't worry, then I get that off too. Tony, if you put on your credit, then there's a way to get that off. You don't have to worry about that. There's definitely a way to get that off. Because credit repair is a whole different story. If you knew the evilness behind credit, behind the credit bureaus got laws that they just don't follow. That's exactly why you have people like me and other people to do credit repair. And the only thing we are doing is telling them, yo, you need to follow these laws. They know the law. They just don't follow it. I mean, medical bills, not allowed on your credit report under the HIPAA Act. So you have any medical bills on your credit repair is illegal. They're not supposed to be there. I also know a couple of ways to get some stuff off your credit report. Very, very easy to raise that credit score so that you can get that house, get that car at a nice low interest rate. Tony, definitely hit me up, and I'll be able to help you out. All right, people, I'm out of here. I didn't think I'm going to be talking for this long. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, hit me up on Instagram, YouTube, right here on Facebook. We're going to be keeping everyone informed. This is going to be a great year. Tell your family, friends, join in. We're going to have one hell of a ride. We're going to get a lot of information done, and hopefully I'll be able to help. I'll be able to help a lot of people to do the 3 things. We're going to build wealth over here. We're going to understand credit, and we're going to destroy debt. When you do those 3 things, I guarantee you your life gonna be easy. Because when you ain't got to worry about money or anything else, right now you have a better relationship. All right. Everyone have a good night. I'll probably be back Wednesday. I'll see y'all Wednesday. Peace.